Oh my god. I built so many sand doors recently. It's a bit silly. So, first of all, 2x2 hidden door. Inside, there's cheese. Then we built this guy. 3x3. More cheese. And it closes and opens like that. Then we got our giant building with a 4x4. Big cheese. Close it up. But you know what? That's enough. No more hidden piston sand doors. Psych. 5x5. Hell yeah. Probably the same speed as the 4x4 because the 4x4 was kind of terrible. Oh well. More cheese. Okay, so here's the redstone for it. And the thing is, this is so similar to, if we look, the 4x4 one. Like, it's the same kind of setup, just more, so there's 3 of these things instead of 2. But the bit at the back even, and the torch tower, that's actually the same design as on here, just, you know, one more set of pistons to go off. Even this piston at the side that, like, triggers other pistons. We've got that up here. And then there's this weird thing here. So it's a piston with redstone on it because we want it to update these pistons so they know they're powered by this line of redstone here. But we actually don't want them to set off a second time when we're setting off the ones above. So I needed a block that doesn't get powered but will still update them, kind of, and fit in the space with all the stuff I had. And turns out you can put redstone on top of a piston and it doesn't come off. So if we watch. So I think that was a cool little addition to solve a problem I had to keep it this small. That was the final piece of the puzzle. And we just got 3 circuits here. All these pistons with sand do is they make this repeater send out a really short pulse if they're turned on and off, so they shouldn't break it. So as you can see, that repeater went off for a very short amount of time, made these pistons stick up. So if we turn it back on, bam, and then on the way down. So this delay goes off, then the bits at the side go off and trigger these bits on the other side as needed to get it all down. Tutorial time. So if we check our chest, these are the resources we need. Now the blocks are just, you know, there's a stack because you need a lot, but just have a bunch of wool. I'm using 2 colours for the 2 separate bits. You can use anything you like, really. One thing I did miss is you need glass or a slab for one bit, so make sure you got that handy. 43 repeaters. A bunch of redstone. I just said a stack again because I'm not counting the redstone. It's probably around the same as the repeaters. 13 redstone torches, 28 sand, 9 normal pistons, 21 sticky pistons. So to build it, you need this 5x7 area, and you're going to have to go up 11 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that's where your ceiling is for your door. So your door is actually on these front 5 blocks here. We won't use sand for that, I guess. So we have 1 block sticking out on one side, and then our pistons start here, but they're 1 block off the floor. So we go 5 like this. So there's 3 blocks behind them and 1 on each side. And then we do another 5 sticky pistons, another 5, another 5, and 5 normal pistons. So now at our back right, we're going to place a block, 1 block in the air, and this has a torch on it, and then we just carry on doing this quite a few more times until we hit the ceiling. So here's our ceiling, and we're 1 block below that, and we place a torch. Like so. So coming from the side of this torch tower, we're going to do blocks like this, next to pistons. So every other block, there's going to be blocks going 2 blocks out from the pistons, like this. And we also carry on doing this until we hit the ceiling. So as you can see, if we built one above this, we'd be at the ceiling, so that's as high as we go. On these, we do repeaters aiming into the pistons, and we do that on every level, including the ones where the pistons aren't there yet. And now, starting at the bottom, place redstone along the back of all these repeaters. Like so, and now the piston should be at the ceiling level. So our input block is this torch here, and as you can see, if you turn that off, all the pistons go a bit like that. So we need to delay them so they kind of go down, pulling each other down a bit more so that we have less to deal with later. So to do this, one block across from the torches at the back, we go down a block, then a block with a block in this Y shape like this, and then we do a repeater in the middle on 2 ticks. So 2 ticks meaning you right click it once, so it's 2 redstone ticks of delay. Then we repeat this Y shape underneath like this, and then a repeater facing the opposite direction on 2 ticks with a redstone on the block behind it so that it'll get powered from the top. Then we repeat this, and again our repeater is the opposite direction to the one above, redstone on the side so that the power goes down, and then one final time this Y shape, repeater other direction to that one, redstone. So if we do the lever with our delay now, we'll see that some of the pistons pull down because of the delay like that, and that's solved a lot of our issues. So as you can see, we're going to have to pull down this set of pistons, pull down this set of pistons here, this set of pistons to here, and then we'll have to do another set of that, pulling everything down. So on the opposite side to all the stuff we've just done, we're going to do lines of green blocks, and we'll do that every other block along all the pistons. So like this, up until the ceiling. So again, if we put any blocks above this, we'd be at the ceiling, so we don't put any there, and that's where they will go. Now for the bottom 2, we extend them out 1 block to the left side, and then the third one up, we have a block 1 block up on the left side, then we extend the top 2 out 1 block to the left side. Now except for the top and bottom, we're going to put redstone along all of these blocks. So like I've done here, just redstone along all of these, but not the top and bottom because they have sets of repeaters. So the top one, we just have 4 repeaters in a line going to the right side. Then we have the last block is glass or a slab with a repeater on it, aim into a block, and redstone at the end. Now our bottom one, we do redstone, a repeater on 2 ticks, redstone again, repeater on 2 ticks, then redstone, redstone. So to power these, we use our delay tower here and some torches. So firstly at the top, we do a green block to the side of the redstone with a torch on it, and then we put a block above that. So above this block, we put above the torch, we put a redstone, then we put a block to the side with a repeater on 2 ticks, then we do a normal piston aiming up with the sand, so it's 1 block below the ceiling, then a block coming out the side with a repeater on its default. And this is because when the sand is down, when this repeater turns on, it'll trigger this, which will trigger our set of pistons for a very short amount of time, and that'll pull the pistons down. And then we actually want them to go off a second time, a bit later. That's what these 5 repeaters are for. So to do that, we just put a block on the right side here, under this block on the right, with a redstone, so that redstone will go back down and power all of these once more. Now in between those 2 happening, we have one of the bottom sets going off. So we do a block with redstone underneath the torch, then a repeater. And this is on 4 ticks of delay, so it goes off 2 later than this one. Same piston with sand layout, then we do a block and a repeater on no delay. So what will happen first is this line of redstone gets set off, which pulls the piston down. Then 2 ticks later, this line of redstone gets set off, which will pull those pistons down to there. So it'll actually do that. So as you can see, it's pulled those pistons down, and then our delay at the top will make these pistons go off and pull the pistons above downwards. But because they're diagonally below, they actually need to be powered by a block update. So to do that, we put a sticky piston aiming downwards with a block on it. And sorry, this last repeater on the glass at the top is on 2 ticks of delay, not 1. So if I sort of let this go back up and then set it off, this is where we'll get to. So as you can see, we've still got some more pistons to push down. So we'll deal with those now. So we do a final one of these pistons with sand coming from the bottom. So from the redstone at the bottom of this delay tower at the back, we do a block with a redstone torch. Then next to that redstone torch, we have a repeater on 4 ticks. So full delay, piston, sand, block to the side, and this has a repeater on 2 ticks. So just click it once with right click. So the first thing we'll do is use this line of redstone to set off these repeaters to pull these pistons down. Then we also need to set off the ones above. So to do all this, we do a redstone to the side, we do a block to the side with a repeater on 2 ticks of delay, then we do a block with a redstone torch, a block with a redstone torch again, then we do a normal piston aiming downwards with a redstone on top. And this is because it will update the pistons we need to update. Then we do a block to the side of that with a redstone dust, so the redstone will go up to here and go along the entire thing, powering all these pistons. So we actually want this to go off again to power another set of pistons we need to power, so that's what this bottom line does. It does 2 ticks delay, then another 2 ticks, and then that goes to this repeater again, which will set off this redstone and set off this line here. So if we do the entire thing up now, when we pull it down, it should be fully working. So it turns out it's not fully working, so I've mucked up one of the repeaters somewhere, so I guess we'll go on an adventure and find out which one it was. So this top repeater, we need to put on 2 ticks of delay, but we had it on the default. So we'll pull it on 2 ticks of delay and see if that fixes everything. So the pistons with the sand, the top one of those, I had it on no delay instead of 1. Nope, still didn't work. Okay, let's play the game again. So it turns out our bottom repeater out of this sand sort of tower of pistons is supposed to be on 1 tick and not 2, because that's how it is on the working version. So if we go to our tower of pistons and sand on the left side, so front was here, left side, that repeater needs to be on 0 instead of 2. Well, I keep switching which numbers I'm using. Okay, it needs to be on no delay because you go 1, 2, 3 clicks, but this is 4 ticks of delay in the game's redstone ticks, right? So for some reason I call this 0 or 1 ticks, but it's the default. Okay, so just default setting when you place the repeater down for the bottom. And there we go. Everything is all working fine, finally. And there you go, a 5x5 sand door. If you enjoyed this video more than I enjoyed making it with all the mistakes and re-recording it like 3 times, but I'd be 9 to 9. I'll see you in the next one.